Hi, welcome back to our Santa Hobo relief ornament, and what we're going to do, this is the old one, we're going to be doing this little guy right here, okay, this little face right here. Now I can't guarantee it's going to look exactly like that, but the Hobo is the new style for me this year, and I'm going to cut these out like we did with this one at an angle, so not as pronounced but more rounded, so it's going to be a little easier to cut. So what I want to do is explain how to hold the knife, especially for beginners. Technique is very important when you carve. When you carve, you should be holding it and moving it and pivoting your thumb on one portion of it, just like I am now. And see how I'm not taking huge chips out? I'm just taking small pieces out. That's what you want to do, folks. You don't want to be hacking it to death here, and you don't want to use the force of your arm like this or this way and pulling it to yourself. That's a no-no. If you want to pull it to yourself, then you turn it around, put your thumb, and if you have your thumb guard on, this will be another way of cutting this out. Okay, it's very simple. It's a very easy way of doing it, and believe me, if you do it for a long period of time, if you've been following us all along, you'll notice it becomes second nature for you to turn it around and use this pivot motion. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this portion and part of this off as well, and we're just going to see how it's already started to round off. You can turn your piece around and do it from the other side. Now this piece is kind of hard. I wish I had a little bit softer piece. It'd be a little more enjoyable, but that's why I soak it up with water and the rubbing alcohol. That's why you see that this coloration right now, because some of this is still a little wet, and that's fine. But this is how you control your knife. Okay, your strength in pulling it should be from your hand and from your wrist, not from your arm. Okay, so we're going to turn it around, and we're going to start on this side. This side seems a little easier. See how it's coming apart? That's perfect. Alright, so we're going to do one side, and you take little chips. You don't need to take big hunks off at one time. You know, there's no race with this. Just take your time. We're going to just keep chopping this out, and when I come back, we're actually going to start putting the design on here with a pencil. I need it to dry a little bit further before we can do that. So we want to go down pretty far. I'm going to go about maybe up to this far and cutting all this out. So, and then we can actually start on the project itself. Okay, just like that. See how see how I slip? It will only go to my thumb. It's not going to go anywhere else. And when you turn it around, you just do little snippets like that. Okay, there's nothing wrong with taking your time doing this, folks, especially for a new carver. You know, when you use this pivot motion, and I'm not saying you'll never cut yourself, yes, and the carving gloves only help to a certain point. It doesn't help you if you stab yourself, because the fibers are designed for slicing, not for stabbing. It's like a bulletproof vest. It's the same thing. You know, it doesn't do me any good to wear my bulletproof vest at work if a guy has a knife in his hands. It may help for me getting sliced with it, but not stabbed with it. And the same concept is with this particular with the glove. All right, so we're going to keep doing this for a little while. When I come back on the third segment, we're going to actually start putting the design on and show you exactly what's going to, see how we're getting that rounded up? That's exactly what we want. We want this portion to be the high part of the carving. Okay, so I'm going to move this a little bit more to the center. Oh my goodness, I have a knot in there. I can't believe that. Oh, it's gone. How about that? Good thing I did that. This is an older piece, like I said, from the barn, and I hadn't used this piece in a while. I thought, I'll see what I can come up with. Alright, so the other thing you want to be careful, folks, is right here is our breaking point. It will snap off if you're not careful. So because the grain is running this way. Okay, when you cut it out, the grain should run up and down. Alright, not across, but up and down. And we're going to keep going here. I'm going to get offline here for a little bit and get this to a point where we can actually start the carving itself. But we need to shape it up, and that's perfectly okay. I mean, take your time. I will be having some carving classes definitely coming up in September. So if you're interested in anything, it will hopefully be in Morgantown, Pennsylvania at our local mall up there. I have to finalize some things, but I'm hoping to get that set up. It will be 3 days. It will be a Monday, Tuesday, and a Wednesday for 2 hours a day. And we're going to do one of my Hobo Santas, and we're going to do on one class, and the other class the following week will be a Hobo Snowman. So you can choose either or both to join in. I haven't thought of a price yet for that because I'll supply the wood and everything for that. You'll just need to have your own knives and protection gear and all that. So if you're interested, email me immediately. It will be only limited to 10 people in each class, no more. Okay, so let me know if you're interested in that. My email is very simple. It's carverswoodshop@yahoo.com. So, okay, folks, I'll be back to show you the rest of this, and we'll be ready to start carving the actual Santa. Bye-bye.